anytime she goes away.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm live. Okay, this is loud. Hold on. Hello, how you doing, everybody? This is your girl, Nicole Reloaded, over on Hardhead Reloaded. Oh, Lord, this is too loud. Hold on, y'all. And they give me another device. All right, can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, my baby picked some music. She like, Mama, 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 you can't give up. Anyway, we just left over from Diamond and Pearl's channel. Very, very awesome. Please, everybody, make sure that you subscribe to her. She's an awesome content creator. So, anyway, I wanted to come on and tell you guys a story time. I have a lot of story times that I can tell. But what's been going on the YouTube streets has really, it was a lot of triggers for me. You know, I'm a vlogger and I'm emotional. I'm not even going to lie. But that has nothing to do with my intelligence and my strength and when it's time to get boots on the ground and handle business. I just have a heart. God has made me that way. There's nothing that can change that. I mean, if it does, people should actually be very afraid if something happens to my heart, because if that other side that they've been praying to bind and put in the pits of hell wants to come out, that would be dangerous. Danger. So we're going to leave that there. There's so much stuff to talk about that's been going on these YouTube streets. So much. But I wanted to talk about how the burden is on the state. Many years ago, my ex-husband, cousin, was murdered. And it was, of course, a very extremely emotional time. And you know how Black folks are when they get together, where you want to party like a rock star, how the person that has passed away in their memory, how we do as African American people. Now, during this time, I never really had lost anybody that close to me, let alone did I believe at the time that my ex-husband. I am now currently divorced, and I have been divorced since the early 2000s. The burden of the evidence is on the state. So anyway, we're hanging out at my ex-husband's family member's house. We are coming together and partying. It was a very heavy party. He was someone that was extremely important to the family at this time. He was a very big representation, you know, of the family in regards to what he has done in life. If you kind of can get what I'm saying without me going in too much detail. Actually, if you look this up, you probably can find a news article on this. Anyway, as we were hanging out and doing as families do to party in the remembrance of the person that had passed away, Obviously, everybody was drunk, high, and on drugs. I was not, because I knew that I had to drive. Long story short, my ex-husband was very extremely abusive. He thought that I had disappeared and ran off with someone due to his highness and because he was mourning an extreme loss. And there was a lot going on. He looked just like his family member that had departed from this earth. So we also kind of, in a way, had to hide out because people were looking to finish off the job. So there was a rumor that, God rest the soul of his cousin that passed away, that he was still alive because my ex looks just like him. So anyway, at this time, he finally found where I was, which I was not lost. I was just sitting on the side of the apartments with my head down, kind of praying, because I was like, I ain't never experienced nothing like this. You know, I was raised in a very strict Christian family. So I didn't know, like, when people pass, they hand you, like, you know, those kind of things for you to party on. So whatever you imagine to get your party on was there. No disrespect to the person that passed away. That's just how they decided to handle that situation. But as I got older, other people do that too. They party. So if the person drinks, then they drink. If they did this, if they, you know, wore fancy clothes, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of how they handle those kind of things. Remember, the burden is on the state. Now, when I hear about, let's just pause for a second. When I hear about these kind of things that go on YouTube, and I look at the comments, I'm really, really taken back, because I'm like, have these people ever been through anything, or is it because I just had a life filled with hell? Maybe it's a mixture of both. They haven't been through anything really, and you just had a life with hell. That's okay. That's my story. Um, not ashamed of it. So anyway, he had been looking for me, and he thought that I was doing things that I should not have been doing. Me and him ended up fighting over the keys. Long story short, I did not win this fight fighting over the keys. I ended up in the passenger side trying to tussle with him. And his brother was in the back seat. True story. Remember, the burden of the proof is on the state. This is actually how I injured. My back was injured. Very young, too. So, shout out to anybody that's out there that's in a domestic violence situation. I pray that God will give you the strength to be able to leave. As they would say, I was young, dumb, and I was full of cum. So, mind you, we were on the southeast side, and we had to get back to the north side of town. If you ever been to Las Vegas, Nevada, you know that's kind of somewhat of a drive. It was raining that day, and it was raining pretty heavy. Anybody knows, especially back probably about 10, 15 years ago, the roads weren't paved correctly, and your car or truck or whatever you were riding in would slide all across the roads and the things of that nature. Due to the fact of my ex-husband's loss and his mourning, he snapped. I can remember vividly. We ran through several different red lights. I was trying to stop him. I don't know what I could do in the passenger seat, but I was young. We ended up on the 95, in the truck lane. If y'all know what that is, if you know anything about the north part of Las Vegas, Nevada, there was a lane where the big heavy trucks, the 18-wheelers, would go down. And we got tail spent. So, the car started spinning out of control. It hit a pole. And by the grace of God, nobody died in this car accident. The car was a tin can. Mind you, I was married, right? At the time, my ex-husband already had a DUI. Actually, 3, I believe, at this time. Now, remember, the burden of proof is on the state. I ain't know nothing about this during this time. I was young, dumb, and full of cum. As my ex-husband would say, I still had Similac on my breath and milk. My ears smelled like milk. He was right. Because if I would have known different, I would have never gotten that car, and I would have let him drive off and wrapped his raggedy ass around the damn pole and mess his back up. But that's not what happened. So the car is a tin can. It flipped and did all kinds of stuff, and we survived. Long story short, Metro and everybody came and all this other stuff. It was beer cans. It was all kinds of stuff in the car. But he told me to get out the vehicle, and well, it's his brother. Now, when the police came, I remember that his brother hurried up and jumped in the back seat. I'm still standing, and I hurried up, but he was standing outside the vehicle. When the police came, my ex-husband, child. Let me read the comments. What y'all think what happened when the police showed up? Since the burden of proof is on the state. And then let me look at the comments real quick. Hey, Raw. Hey, babe. I don't think I've ever told this story online. I've never told it on YouTube, but I've told it on you now. This is a very true story. Yes. So let's see what y'all saying. Okay, Diamond the Pro says this is an interesting story time. Hey, Rob Pivich. Diamond says forever, forever. Rob with her diamonds. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to this sister. She is doing her thing. I'm very proud of her. Now, mind you, I was young, very young. I think, how old was I? I think I was 20, almost 21 at this time. I was very young. Metro and all the police came up, and my ex-husband told the police that I was driving the car. That I was driving, that I was the one that ran in all them red lights. And back then they didn't have all the stuff that they got now. Cameras and, mind you, all these big old trucks going past us. And by the grace of God, we didn't kill. My ex-husband even threw his wallet over into, if y'all ever come down to Vegas, I'll show you where it happened. By the grace of God, I survived. And yes, if people would like to know were we injured, yes, my arm was dislocated. I popped my own shit back in. It's very surprising what you can do to yourself in a flight or flight moment, right? I had 2 babies at that time. I think I was pregnant too, and didn't know it. Yeah. Shout out to my baby girl, Yasmin. Um, So while I'm sitting in the passenger side, mind you, his beard like everywhere. It was so embarrassing. Number one, my car had just got paid off, right? I was a good kid, you know. I wanted to go to college, but I wanted to be married. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Wanted to give my life over to the Lord. Yeah. I wanted to be saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, but I married Satan. Yeah. Shout out to you, Victor. Fuck you, nigga. So anyway, now the Bible says, that you have to forgive those that wrongfully do you wrong. So I will forgive him later on tonight. Every 15 minutes, I hate that nigga. I'm just keeping it real. So anyway, remember the burden of proof is on the state, right? So Metro comes up. He leans over and he said, "Look, bitch, I already got 3 DUIs. The car is insured to your daddy. My driver's license revoked." I looked over at his brother. I said, "You gonna let this shit happen to me? Tell him he driving a car." He goes, oh, Jesus, my legs in my neck. Here come the ambulance. I said, "What the fuck? Can you please get out the car, ma'am?" I'm like, "No. Ma'am, can you get up?" I'm like, "No, call my daddy. Call my daddy." Oh, honey, true story. Young, dumb, and full of cum. But remember what I said, the burden of the proof is on the state. This is when I found out some good game. Back twisted like a bag of licorice, though, y'all. Bruised up, can't walk, popped in my own goddamn arm. So I said, "Can the sergeant come out, please?" He was like, "No, that bitch was driving a motherfucking car. It's in her motherfucking daddy's name." I was like, "I wasn't driving. I was trying to get the keys from." His brother told the police that I was driving the car because I didn't know. His driver's license was revoked. As I said, I was young, dumb, and full of cum, and I had Similac on my breath and Enfamil spewing from behind and out of my ears. Now, if anybody knows what I'm saying, it means I was just immature. I wasn't intellectual. I had no wisdom. I was still young. The frontal lobe of my brain wasn't closed. I was just young. So, of course, I didn't know what to do. So I cried like I ain't never cried before. I fell out and I said, "Call my daddy. My daddy worked for the damn state. This my daddy car was not driving." And you have to sign a document when, I don't know if y'all ever heard of this, but when you got certain family members that have certain types of jobs that they make you sign like a family agreement where you can't get in trouble and stuff like that. And I said, "Call my daddy." He looked my daddy up and he said, because he was going to take me, my ex-husband, and my brother-in-law all to jail because the burden of the proof was going to be on the state. But they knew somebody then tore this car up. Right? True story, y'all. I know this shit might don't sound real, but as God is my witness, I'm telling y'all the truth. I would never been that's just one story. But that was one of the times I ain't never been that scared in my life. They had me in handcuffs and shit. And by the grace of God, whoo! Oh, and please believe I felt like I was out there for hours. All of a sudden, my daddy shows up. "Oh, I love you, Mr. Harris. Oh, I got a good daddy." My daddy shows up. Shows his identification, said my daughter said she wasn't driving this car. She wasn't driving this car, sir. He said, you better be glad that your daddy showed up because I was about to throw you into the Clark County Detention Center. Oh, and I fell off, fainted all in my dad's. I was scared. I was young. My ex-husband went to jail because my dad was smart enough to come with my ex-husband's record in his hands and as well of, and whatever, he came in and he's a veteran. Put his name on the line. I wasn't driving. If I was driving, I swear to God, I would say I was driving, but I wasn't driving. So, long story short, after all of that, of course, I went through some psychological issues because, mind you, I still had Similac on my breath and Enfamil in my ears. You see how the milk keeps switching? I'm going to read y'all comments in a second. Was young, dumb, and full of cum. Got a real good attorney. Remember, the burden of proof was on the state. Long story short, my ex-husband beat that DUI because the state could not prove who was driving the motherfucking car. Ain't that some shit? He beat that shit. I always told him, cheers, you a cold motherfucker. But could you imagine if I would have went to jail behind that? Oh, but it didn't end there. Because the insurance company said that's a bunch of fuck shit. I had to go testify in front of the insurance company and all that. And yes, the car was totaled. Yes, I got points on my driver's license by allowing someone else to drive the vehicle that shouldn't have been driving it. And then they had to take the points off, even though they put the points there. But yeah. Yeah, it was a mess. That's one of my stories of my ex-husband. There's going to be many more that I'm going to share. Yeah. I hope I said, Vic, fuck you. I hope I said that. So, anyway. No, they could not prove that. No, they couldn't. When you got a really good attorney, they asked for evidence, and because they really couldn't prove who was driving, because his statement to the police that I was driving, and so that was the statement that was on record. And you have, my dad. So when you got a good attorney, we had a very good attorney. Shout out to Elswaldo Fumo. And he was able to get off on that. He actually used that more than once in the future. So that's why you got to be careful who you allow drive your car, who you get in the car with, because they fuck around and get out. I could never forgive him for that shit. And then I found out all kinds of other shit. I mean, because if your husband will put you in jail, who cares if you have 17 DUIs, nigga? It's your turn. Like, you did it. I didn't do this shit. Yeah. But he said I was his wife, and because my record was clear, I was supposed to take the bid for him. I was supposed to do it. All it was gonna do was take my daddy's insurance up just a little bit, and it would have been a slap on the wrist. Nobody would have been hurt. 7 DUIs for this nigga later. The nigga done beat like 5 DUIs. Yeah, so when I see the stuff that goes on YouTube, it kind of takes me back to stories like this. I know part of this stuff is like entertainment, but I do really know slime balls like in real life that are not positive people. And I was married to one, a diagnosed narcissistic sociopath. He was diagnosed as a narcissist, a psychopath, and a sociopath on record. I never seen someone so manipulative in my life. He's the type of crazy person that if you fuck with me, he gonna come fuck with you because he wants to be the only person to destroy my life. That's the kind of crazy person that he is. And I want to give him thanks for all of the hell that he's taken me through because that's how I have a lot of the court knowledge um, from experience is because unfortunately is what my ex-husband has taken me through. False allegations, you know, all kinds of stuff. You couldn't even imagine of the things that I've been accused of. So, yeah. So when I think about and I see these kind of things that go on YouTube and play, to me, in a way, sometimes I feel like you playing with the court system. It ain't your fault. Do whatever you feel is deemed that is necessary. Whatever you feel that you need to do to get justice in your life. But you're going to get somebody that ain't going, they going to be like, fuck your justice because your justice ain't justice because it's a bunch of bullshit. Where they going to have to prove to the state that your state witness is with a bunch of fuck shit. And then they're going to drop evidence on top of evidence and they're going to have exhibit A, you know what I'm saying? You know, through exhibit A, 1 through A, B, C, and D, and everything's going to be outlined beautifully and perfectly. And then you're going to get sued in civil court. I'm that bitch. See, because I ain't let the nigga dog walk me. Now, it was a long fight. A very long fight. He harassed me for years. He was arrogant. If you ever dealt with a narcissist or a narcissist, well, they're a sociopath, you know, but if you deal with a sociopath, usually they're attractive, they're very smooth. If I guarantee you, if any one of y'all met him, you'll do business with him. But after about doing business with him, after a while, you'll be like, oh, this nigga really crazy. He got that face. He's a Donnie McClurkin looking ass DJ Quick mixed all in one. Like he's a trickster, you know. So I say to anybody that's going through anything, don't ever get the game twisted. You never know what the judge gonna do, the prosecutor gonna do, what the state gonna do, what your attorney might gonna do. You don't know. You don't know. You got to be on your P's and your Q's. And one day, I went to the dentist, and the dentist told me no longer is Similac or Enfamil on your breath, on your tongue, right? Then I had to go to an ear doctor. They asked the ear doctor, was something wrong with my ears? And the ear doctor, ears known throat doctor, told me, no, you're not clogged up anymore. I'm giving you this as a sign, and this is true tea, because when you got somebody that messes with you in your mind and gets in your bone marrow, it's like they have remote control to your body, how you react and how you respond to things. And I allowed someone to have power and control over me, you know. Now, I'm going to be honest, that control did lift it from certain areas, But when you're dealing with a narcissistic sociopath, evil demonic entity, they find different ways to get to you. And when you have children with them, they find other ways to do things. And I was married to a Scorpio. So I had to deal with a lot of court things. So I know people say, "Oh, Nicole, why are you saying these things? Why do you get so emotional? Why are you getting all up in this? This ain't got nothing." No, it don't have nothing to do with me. But I wish somebody was there that day. My father was, but what if he wasn't? To say, right? If my father wasn't there, I would have been charged with a severe crime, right? Of hitting a 18-wheeler and shit. All car was a tin can. Praise God, we walked away. And I remember my father said, "Baby, go to the doctor. I want you to go to the doctor." I was so afraid to go to the doctor because I was afraid if I said something that I would have went to jail because of what he told that officer. So, and there's many more stories that I have to tell. Hey, okay, I know this is raw because don't nobody got a banging background like that, but
Let's get
hey,
it.
mama. Hey,
How are
baby.
you?
I'm doing fine. What you think about what I said, child?
Girl, that shit's crazy. But these men's
It
and
don't
his
sound real, huh?
now it seem real to me because I done dealt with narcissistic, sociopath, malignant narcissists, all damn type of narcissists. They crazy as hell. And they always want you to walk for them because they don't want to walk for the goddamn self. I'm sorry you have to go
Mm,
through that, sis.
girl, child. Yep. That's why, like, when I see this type of stuff on here, raw, like like when people play with like court and stuff like that, to me, or even just court shit anyway, I get very sensitive about it because that's just one thing. He continued that type of behavior until my kids were of age legally. So he harassed me legally 20 some years.
Mm-mm-mm. You were
I
supposed
just
to harass
we
them back.
actually, girl, I did harass him back. You know how?
Huh.
I I ignored him and it drove him crazy. Act like he didn't exist. The last he didn't know that he didn't affect me. Only people that were close to me knew. Because,
Mm.
when you have to go to court and then you get accused of some serious allegations. I mean, I got accused of some shit that was some like real fucked up ass shit. I came on here and talked about part of it. I've had CPS called to me 47 different times. Um, and if anybody knows anything about CPS, when you if they're going to close the case and a person calls like again, even if it's another entity or whatever, it makes the case go from 30 days to 60 days, and if they call again 90 days to 120 days. That's how it is here in the state of Nevada. So they harassed me. I've been swatted by my ex-husband where they kicked in the door. He was so strategic that when he would schedule around, like he would know okay, if he called the cops or something to my house and made up something, he would come over here and harass me, or the previous residents I would stay. He would have the countdown to where he would know when time the cops would show up and already be gone, and I would look like the crazy out of control woman that wouldn't allow him to see his kids, which
Now,
wasn't
see,
true.
this is why I tell people all the time. Number one, Make sure you get visitation orders in writing. Go to the court. Because I'm telling you what, somebody play with me in my home. We finna have all the problems in the world. Then some more shit. But get that shit in writing. If you dealing with a narcissist or somebody that's crazy, have your drop off location be down to the motherfucking police station. Don't let motherfuckers come to your house. Motherfuckers can't never come to my house. As soon as he would have act crazy the first time, I would have went back to court. Your Honor, Your Honor.
Yes, I had all that. He
Yeah.
was just too good. I'm telling you, he a perfect. I look, and it's sad. I give that dude credit. That motherfucker. That's why I married him. He was intelligent, very intelligent. He was able to even flip his domestic violence counselor to even give him money and make her take a drug test. That's how good he is.
Listen,
Yeah.
check this out. When you have pum pum, right? You pum pum fire them. You don't give it to no
Oh
one.
Lord. I know that's what he said. Uh-huh. He told me it was fire. But no, it wasn't that good for you to be doing all that.
Nah, see, that's
Not
when they get crazy. Nah, don't
yeah.
doubt yourself,
I
sis.
did do some fucked up shit though, but I'll tell that on New Year's. I would like y'all ladies to come over on New Year's.
Now I
But
can't make promises, honey. Cause anyway, I'm
I
trying
know
my best.
you might be getting from and
Mm.
yeah.
He
But
said,
yeah. Yeah, girl. But shoot, I'm still here and it just is what it is. I haven't been live on my main channel because I got somebody fraudulently hit me and it just is what it is. So
girl, it's gonna be okay. Fucking use this time to build this channel up. And that's the thing. We all need to be utilizing all of our channels. Put a little bit of something on every channel every day. Fuck it, run it up. Because these people on here is haters. And especially people that know your story, people that know what you've been through, they always gonna look at you like a victim. And you know how you shake that victim shit forever? You become a survivor, you become a thriver, you become a grinder, you become a rider. Make them eat it.
right.
Every fucking person that's fucking with you, make them eat it. Make your ex-husband feel like shit every time he see your motherfucking face. That part.
I'm not gonna lie. You are so right, Raw. I'm gonna give you control real quick because I gotta go to the bathroom. If you don't mind. But when I found out that my ex-husband was watching in his family, shout out to you, Vic. Fuck you, nigga. But when I found out he was watching, it felt weird. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out new words to say to remind him that I know he's watching. But yeah, hopefully he's subscribed. Hi, mom, bitch. Yeah. So
Now what you
yeah,
do is you stop hiding behind that damn Abby and you show your beautiful face and you show
I
yourself
did,
smiling.
girl. I'll wait. You go ahead and talk. And the last time I did that, girl, it was all hell that broke loose. But go ahead, tell them what I'm gonna do, girl, because I am gonna come out and show this all these titties. Okay, I'm gonna show one
That's
of them.
right.
Well, maybe I'll show the big titty and keep the little titty for the next episode. I don't know, but go ahead, sis.
Oh, child, honey. All these court cases, court cases, court cases. If you go to court, you better be ready to fight. You better make sure your hands is clean because there is such a thing as unclean hands in the law. And if you bring unclean hands to the court of the law, to the justice system, down to the Justice League, they gonna investigate your ass, honey. Be careful of like that you try to shine on other people because they might turn around and blind the fuck out of you. Hey, and watching you. Don't get caught riding dirty. Don't get caught riding dirty. Yo, I'm sleepy. But I had to come up and support. But how's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing tonight? Hey. Damn, the emoji police nightbot is wicked. Boy. Damn. Spamming emotes. Warning. Nightbot is a beast. Let's see what the chat talk about. Fire pum pum, yes. Fire pum pum, yes. Nutty, yes. Talk is good fun. We chilling and learning. Exactly. Y'all make sure y'all liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Oh, thank you. I try to keep it factual, actual, factual. Yes, F you
Oh
do.
damn,
Hey,
man! Why did Nightbot is doing Diamond Door like that? Wait, wait, See, there's always a hater in the room. Wait,
there's some
Diamond Door,
hoes in
why is it
there.
deleting your messages? What is it saying it's doing? I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my God, it's deleting people. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't. I thought it was programmed to my main channel, but apparently it's not. Oh
You got
Lord,
to
what
snatch
is it
Nightbox
doing?
stretch back. Taking away the emojis, honey.
Yeah,
They
I
gonna
know.
give
Let
you
me
the
go take
emoji.
it. Let me hold on. Oh my God, y'all! I didn't know it was doing all that. Ugh, this is stupid. Like I got, girl. That's my ex husband. He didn't got control of damn Nightbot, bitch. No, it's fine. Everything is his fault. Yeah, but seriously though, on a serious note, in regards to I take false allegations, I take them extremely serious. Um because I've been a person that has been falsely accused of things that I haven't done. I mean, of some serious shit, and you got to be careful if a motherfucker. Let me stop cursing. A motherfucker accusing you of stuff, or whatever, and they mix lies with truth, and they got enough support, your ass really can end up going to jail. That's
Fact.
why I was talking about in regards to where I was telling Diamond, I said when I used to win. I don't think I've ever came on here and really talked about that, but I used to win a lot of money. Um, I was called the Keno Queen down here in Las Vegas. I was very, very good at gambling. And I was good enough to where I could win and it would be non taxable. And then also the people that I was affiliated with at that time, they were high rollers. So I was a socialite out here too as well. So for me, being like in the limelight, that's kind of not like my thing because I've been in the limelight, right? I've, had people to come up and ask for autographs and, shit like that. And it's like, whatever, girl, just, hit me up on Twitter or whatever. Stump the streets, didn't help the homeless. I used to hit jackpots and go hand out, $100 bills down on Las Vegas Boulevard over there on Martin Luther King and Lake Mead, all kinds of stuff. God loves a cheerful giver. Don't y'all use no emojis until I get this thing off of here. Um, I didn't even know the goddamn thing did that. And it keeps connecting it to my main channel. So, but anyway, kind of lost my train of thought. But what I was going to say is when it comes to like false allegations, I had a friend of mine that got accused of some serious things, and part of those things stuck for 2 years, and we had to fight to help this individual get out of get these felonies off of them. So I take that kind of shit real serious, man. So forgive me if y'all see me too emotional and stuff. If I'm crying, it don't mean because I'm gonna go in the corner. No, that means I want to punch you in your face, or something, and I can't put my hands on you. I don't, have to learn how to get better at that. But I be mad. So, but go ahead, Raw. Let me get this Nightbot off of here. Why
Well,
didn't
yesterday,
time out? It blocked you, girl. Girl, you Vegas girl over here. I'm just playing. Let me stop. She gonna come on and be like, Nicole was on her backup channel and she said that I did something to her channel. Let me stop.
mm-mm.
You know
Child,
that was
shade. This is the shade of it all. The palpation of it all. Oh, child, I guess. Mm. What's the lesson that you learned from being with your narcissist?
Um, that's a good question.
Yeah, haha.
To get smart, to get wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
um, to fight back. But to me, getting obtaining wisdom is fighting back because all the emotional shit and crying and I'm gonna call the police. That shit don't work. Like it's a mental battle.
How?
So I had to destroy him. I had to go supernova and kill him in court. You know what I'm saying? I had to stab his ego like on paper, and it had to be certified and stamped by a judge, like, and he had to read it, and the police had to be there, kind of thing. And it took a
Right.
lot to do that. Does that make any sense?
It does.
He wasn't gonna. I don't think he's gonna actually even let up. He'll find any other way that he can continue his vice. So I wouldn't be surprised if he would try to interview with someone on here, but I would suggest he wouldn't because that will be the thing that was already documented if he does. So he'll go to jail. So it'll be perfect.
Oh. Now, how did you escape?
um. Oh wow. You mean physically?
Mm-hmm. I know the mental. See, that's the thing
Yeah.
people don't understand. The mental hold.
I physically escaped him years ago, but mentally, I think I was just recently kind of set free. But my mother, God rest her soul, my mother told me that she had a dream that he was going to kill me and stuff me inside of a refrigerator and drop me in the lake, in Lake Mead,
Damn.
and 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 come to find out he did have plans of doing that. He said that he was going to decapitate me and F my corpse until rigor mortis set in. So when my parents buried me, that I looked like I was turned on, but I didn't have a head.
Wow.
My ex-husband is a psychopath. Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, he's evil. And if you look
Mm.
at him, he don't look like that. So until you get to like know him. So then he moved on to other things that he found, which was he utilized the court system um, as a weapon for abuse. And I would give him credit. He was great at it. Very great. He just shook me about a month ago.
Mm-mm.
I just don't come on here and talk about it. But now that I know that I'm free, I'm going to tell everybody what the fuck he did to me. That's why I asked Timothy Blaine, could I get my transcripts? And he said, would he help me write my story? And he said, no, but I won't write it for you. I need you to write it for yourself. And he will guide me through. So,
Good. You need to write your own story.
girl, ugh, just thinking about that nigga. And he looked like DJ Quick too back then.
Mm-mm. Back in the day when we was young, we not had kids anymore.
Mm-hmm. And he was a good husband. He was a good father. But like he said, you know, uh, he destroyed every relationship I ever had, female, male. Yeah. I mean, he threatened to lie on my father and get him terminated when he worked at the state and all kinds of shit. And I was so young and stupid back then. I actually believed it. Now that I'm, you know what I'm saying, mature and wise, like you can't do that. Like you're a whole criminal. You know what I mean? You know. And all that money I won back then, I paid for him to have one of the best attorneys in the state of Nevada, which was Oswaldo Fumo. So if it wasn't for my mother and Oswaldo Fumo saying that you need to get a divorce, you're being used and abused or whatever, and he gave me a great attorney named James Crawl. Shout out to James Crawl. And I had to go to therapy and counseling and all kinds of stuff to, get away from him. And
Well,
fathers have rights.
I wish I would have known you then, girl, because I would have told you some shit to do.
Girl, my homegirl told me, she was like, bitch, why you ain't put something in his? I was like, girl, shut up. I remember when I finally had stood up to him raw, because I used to let him hit me and stuff, and I was afraid to hit him back because I was in track and volleyball and all kinds of stuff. And my mom always told me I had hands that were really, really, like really strong. So if I hit something, I could break it like with just one hit. So she always had trained me not to hit nobody because if I hit them, I could like kill them or whatever if I get really angry. So that's why I cry, because I can't do what my flesh wants to do, like crack a skull or some shit like that or whatever. So, so my mom, trained me to kind of like keep my hands to myself. And then eventually I stood up for myself and I couldn't believe it. I whooped his ass with my bare hands, a whole man. And then he tried me again and I whooped that ass again. And he tried me again and I whooped that ass again. So we're 3 for all the times that he did, but still I finally stood up for myself. And he's made it very clear if he ever gets me alone that he will finish the job and that he will kill me. So, and I believe it.
You see what Jennifer Lopez had to do in the end of Enough? I'm just leaving right there, girl.
Girl, that was my favorite movie.
And isn't it enough for you? That's my shit.
Oh, I just got an email. You told me to shut the fuck up. No, you shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Troll. Probably got control of my butt.
You silly. Don't be giving them trolls no energy, girl. People say you email, just chat it, whatever, archive it, keep it. Yeah.
Girl, he just mad because the judge basically said that he owed me $78,900.50 and something, some shit. He just mad about that. No,
Let me get $20.
I'm waiting for that money, bitch. Shit, I want some of that shit. I get that 78,000, girl. We all going somewhere.
Okay.
Wish no cash app. Put that on the list. Everybody deserve a cash app. That nigga don't. He probably would come down a troll name and said, "Let me get a cash app." How you gonna try to put your wife in jail that's like 20 years old and stuff, and let the police do that to her? He was like, "That's how the game go." I couldn't believe that, and I was so stupid. I still didn't leave him. He was like, "You gotta understand the game, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to have a record deal." I believe that shit. I was done.
Oh, he's still making records in the bathroom? I'm just saying. Let me shut up. That's not even my
Girl.
Story.
He really did have a record deal. No, it was in the bathroom though, but and in the kitchen, and he wrote his songs on toilet paper. I believe. Shut up, girl. I believe it. You know how we do.
You know it's hard out here for him.
Girl. He used to have to flat iron his hair and shit. I just was trying to be I wanted to be a good wife, child.
You can't be a good wife to a bad man.
Amen.
Catch that.
No, but really how I was able to get out of that situation is my mother did tell me that she had a vision that he was going to kill me.
Well, I'm glad
And
you
I
got
believe, and I believe,
that.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Child, well, if you ever get in something again, don't talk about it online, honey. Don't let them know. But
Oh, you said don't tell nobody? Girl, I told him I'm dragging him online every time I got the transcripts and everything. I'm going to drag him all through Las Vegas, Nevada. The way he didn't drag me up, down up in here, honey. He's getting dragged officially. The judge told me I can. The judge even said he's sick of that nigga. How you going to waste all the court's money and wasting people's time?
oh my
I got
child,
falsely accused of shit that don't even make no goddamn sense. You gonna tell CPS I was fucking a horse?
huh?
Girl, he was making up shit. Like he said all kinds of shit. I had all kinds of false allegations and shit against me. Said I was throwing kids through windows. I was smoking crack. As fat as I am, girl, you know I ain't never smoked no damn crack.
Crack is a whack.
Girl, the judge dragged the shit out of his ass. Shout out to Judge Duckworth. You know, dragged the shit out of his ass. He was like, "Sir, you have wasted the state's time." But that's why I really do get sensitive about when I see shit like that. How judges work. How I've been to mediation on criminal side and on just like family court side, and the stuff that people be saying down in them chats, it don't work like that. It
Girl,
don't
don't
work like
tell
that.
them. I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody else. Don't tell these ignorant clown shit. Let them believe it. Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Okay. And
That's
I
how
was
it's gonna
also
go down.
ordered to sit my ass offline. I was ordered to shut the fuck up. I was ordered to wear certain clothes and, stuff like that. Certain behaviors, how you supposed to act, how you supposed to speak, it depends on what attorney I have. They will give you a list on how to study, the judge, watch previous court cases like you were going into a boxing ring and fight.
Watch the
So
tapes, bitch. Watch the tapes, bitch. And it seemed to me like that judge down there to where the people is going, down in the valley where the girls get naked, that judge ain't playing. So I don't know.
oh,
God bless.
girl, wait, now.
Hmm. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. But I find this whole court situation to be high key fucking hilarious because the bitch that's taking everybody, excuse my language, is ducking and dodging going to court with me. So when this turns back around on her, honey, mm, I'm
Wait
be
a
like, you
minute, you
can't
gotta
talk.
go to court with Miss Rita too?
Oh yes, we have pending litigation down to the Pulaski County Court.
Oh my, oh my God, oh
Ducking
Lord
and
Jesus,
dodging, ducking and dodging for
oh
harassment,
Lord,
defamation, and slander. Ooh.
oh wow,
So,
oh
maybe the people
shit.
that's taking her that need to, you know what I'm saying, have a little assist to flip it back. They might want to holler at me. They might want some of my documentation. But I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna mind my business. I'm minding my business. Just minding my business.
Are you serious? You are
Yeah.
serious.
I am serious. Would you care to see
I
the
did not
proof?
know. Oh
Girl,
Lord, we need a mediator that got like a whole bunch of like Christmas trees and
it's
stuff.
not no mediation for me. I mean, I don't want the bitch to go to jail. I just wanted to stop lying.
Right. Oh
Don't
my
lie. Don't
God.
do
I
it.
didn't.
I got cases against a couple of these bitches on here. I just want these bitches to shut the fuck up, talk about me and bothering me. I don't give a fuck. But these bitches trying to pull plays from my playbook, and you see how it turns around. What goes around comes back around. I don't got to do it to you. If I can't physically touch you, if I can't make it shake in the course how I wanted to, I'm going to put you on the altar. I'm going to go in my closet and pray. I'm going to turn my mantle down. I'm going to activate my prayer warriors. What was that viral trend? Holy Spirit, activate, activate, activate.
Oh, that's what my baby was just playing. Yep, she was like, "Holy," she was like, "Mom, before you go live, Holy Spirit, activate." Girl, she do too
Activate,
much.
activate. That's right,
Activate.
baby. She ain't doing too much.
Yeah, she said that. Break it on down. She said,
Hmm.
"I'm the one that got 7 million views. Activate." And I was like, "But I only got 2." She said, "That's because you won't activate." Acting started breaking it down. I said, "Child, I don't know if that's grown or if that's the whole. What is that?" She's like, "Can I go on site now?" I was like,
Listen,
"Amen."
look, tell her Auntie Roy said, Holy Spirit, activate, activate, activate.
Oh Lord,
Yeah, come
no,
on,
she
let's
gonna eat
go.
that shit.
Yeah.
Girl, she already sitting on 1,000 because she got student of the month and stuff like that. You know, I'm just proud. I'm really proud of her. It's hard out here for mothers that are really all up in their kids' business. It'd be hard, like to have a perfect record. If you have a child that wants to have straight A's, my daughter wants to beat my oldest daughter's record. And girl, I had a meltdown. I'm a human too. I said, "Daddy, I can't help but get the record. I can't walk." He was like, "Come on, baby." I was like, "Damn, how he get here that fast?" Some military shit, child. I couldn't, I was just tired. I had got the hospital just too much. But that's what it's called, real life and family sticking together and standing up for each other. So
Right.
yeah, let the people know how to subscribe to you, girl. I'm done with my little raggedy ass rant, I guess.
That wasn't no raggedy ass rant. Stop listening. I'm gonna tell you this before I tell people how to subscribe.
Oh Lord, I know you're gonna kick me in my
Stop talking down on yourself. Are you the fuck okay? This live was motherfucking everything. It was life and death, the sun, the moons, the stars, and the fucking ocean. People gonna come back. They're gonna listen to this. They're gonna be empowered. Stop down talking yourself. Don't do that shit no more. If you want to subscribe to me, find me, Raw Be Privilege, The Pop Patient, Raw Chats, The Butterfly Progressive, TM. Baby, we in the building. Taking no shorts. We speaking life, prosperity, love, healing, blessings, wealth, and some more shit. Because too many people is telling you negative shit and you start believing that shit and then you start telling it to yourself. Fuck that and fuck them and fuck Vic. Vic, fuck you. Put your finger up your butt, twirl it around. Leave this lady alone.
his finger probably is up his butt.
Good. Fuck him. Now, girl, I love you. We don't tolerate nobody fucking abuse. Tell people kiss the pinkest part of your motherfucking ass. And I'm out. Fly free because it's a privilege. See you later, Nicole.
All right, beautiful. That was funny. You heard her. So anyway, y'all, I won't be able to be live on my main channel for a little bit. And make sure that you subscribe to all the ladies, Diamond to Pearl. And yeah, I'll make sure that I'll link them or, and share them and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll leave this up for a little bit, but God bless everybody. Happy, 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 happy holidays. And also remember, through God, all things are possible to those who believe, as long as you're willing to receive what God has for you. I need my people to remember that. There ain't nothing that you can't do. God is good. Oh Lord, it sounds like it's some copyrighted stuff playing in the background. But anyway, I love y'all. Bye.
Woods, pretty face, but I'm known for hitting drugs. Yeah. Got him like, too good. To the yard, he ain't never leave this pretty, on God. Broke, too good. Real boss, nigga got the woods, pretty face, but I'm